explore some of the complex mysteries of humor by working with a bit of the comedy of William Shakespeare and Sid Caesar. The philosopher and pioneer psychologist William James once said that a sense of humor is just common sense, dancing. The great British statesman Winston Churchill reminded us that a joke is a very serious thing, while comedian Mel Brooks, long one of Sid Caesar's chief comedy writers, said that humor is just another defense against the universe. As our workshop participants worked with great comic scenes from Shakespeare and Sid Caesar, two comic geniuses separated by 3.5 centuries, they explored some concepts of what makes something funny, from incongruity and exaggeration to confusion and surprise, to cleverness and self-importance, to what Shakespeare called holding the mirror up to nature, and more. Again and again, as they rehearsed and discussed, they measured themselves against these themes and standards. Let's let their exploration take us to some widely varied times and places. For example, to the 1950s suburban home of Doris and Charles Hickenlooper, around supper time on a day when Doris has some difficult news to break.
I guess. I had it towed over to Bill's garage. They're gonna call me later and... Wait a minute, Mother. I hear Charles. I'll call you back, yeah. Oh, how are you, darling? How are you, dear, dear boy? How are you, dear, dear boy? How are you? How are you, dear, dear boy? How are you, dear, dear boy? How are you?
Miserable. I had a miserable day down in the office. Took inventory. Told my mistakes. These men were careless. I don't like careless people. People can make mistakes, but this was pure carelessness. I'm very upset and very excited. I don't think I'll have dinner, dear. I think I'll just take the car and go out, take a drive and relax.
No. Eat and you'll feel better. Sit down. Eat. Get something on your stomach.
Yeah, maybe that would be better. I can't eat, dear. It just sticks in my stomach and my throat here. I'll just take the car and go.
No. Eat and you'll feel better. I've cooked your favorite dish, kidney stew with lobster sauce. Poor Jim Grady.
Why poor Jim Grady?
Well, he owns the liquor store on Elm Street, you know.
On Elm Street, yeah.
And today somebody drove a car right through his front window.
I bet you it was a woman driver.
It was.
You know, I don't blame her so much as the crazy husband who let her drive.
It was the husband's fault at that.
With a pile of dough that's gonna cost. Boy, Then it dropped through a jewelry store window, then a liquor store window. But don't worry about it. He'll pay for it.
You know, dear, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I don't want that new fur coat.
What do you mean you don't want the new fur coat? You've been pestering me for a year. You took it out of my salary for 6 months we've saved. Now look, don't worry about the financial affairs of this house. I'll worry about them. You can only get those guys in the office to worry a little more about their work. I wouldn't be so aggravated. Just plain carelessness. I can't eat, dear. I'm gonna go. I'll take the car and go.
No, no, no! It isn't wise.
What's the matter, Doris? I don't understand you. First, I want to buy you the coat. You don't want the coat. Then this with the car. You don't want the car.
Well, I didn't tell you, dear, but I took the car over to Bill's garage for some minor repairs.
Funny, I just took it in for a 1,000-mile checkup.
Guess they didn't check it up very good.
The matter, is the carburetor a little out of tune?
Probably.
Are the brakes slipping?
They slipped.
The windshield is
There's no windshield.
Are the wheels sort of out of line or something?
They're all sort of out of line. As a matter of fact, the whole car sort of curves. The luggage rack doesn't close. And the doors don't quite come together. The radio never was very good. The upholstery is a little stained, and
You drove the car through the liquor store window!
Jim Brady was quite nice about it. He wasn't nearly as mad as Doc Fletcher. Doc Fletcher is the man who owns the drugstore right across the street from the liquor store.
You smashed up a drugstore too?
Well, I had to back out to get out of the liquor store! After all, it was only an accident. It could have happened to anybody. Nobody's perfect.
Well, you were perfect in this. 2 shots in 1. Crazy husband, ah! Nobody was hurt, huh?
Nobody was hurt, just inanimate objects.
Well then, it's only a matter of money. Money! Well, I'm pretty lucky though. Okay, I reminded you, send the check to the insurance company to renew the policy. Lucky boy, me. What a lucky boy that I reminded you. We'd never be out of debt. I'm afraid to ask. Dear, did you know? No. Dear, did you